Anytime an athlete dies, it's considered a big news story. But when Jose Fernandez tragically lost his life at the age of 24 years old, that story hit it a little harder than most. I consider Jose Fernandez to be one of the biggest what-if stories in all of Major League Baseball history. Jose Fernandez will be an inspiration to all Latino baseball players looking for a future in America. What Jose Fernandez meant to me. Being a fan of the Major League Baseball, I admire all the best players in the league. Jose Fernandez was right there with him at such a young age. He played in the same division as the Braves, which are my favorite team. So we saw the Marlins 19 times a year. So he probably pitched 4 to 5 games maybe. So I got to see him play a good amount, and I just admired the way that he held himself at the mound, and how you could tell that he had fun playing the game of baseball when all the professionals, they're in it for the money, but he looked like a kid playing Little League out there. So he's going to be an inspiration to Latino baseball players because of his amazing journey to the U.S., his love of the game that encouraged all his teammates around him, and the success he had at the Major League level. So according to an article from the Baltimore Sun by Eduardo Encina, Jose Fernandez attempted to leave Cuba 3 times, and each of those 3 times he served jail time and he was expelled from his school. Now, in the same article, on his 4th time, he succeeded, but he had an incredible story. He saw a woman fell overboard on his boat, and he went to go save her, and he didn't realize it until he pulled her out of the boat that it was his own mother that he just saved. Once he got to America, though, you could really tell how much Jose Fernandez loved the game of baseball. He was an extremely confident player. In high school, after he struck out batters, he would tell them siéntate, which means sit down in Spanish, after he struck them out, which is super cocky. He also had a $1 million smile. You could tell in my presentation aid that one of the many pictures of him just smiling on the diamond. I remember watching a game against the Braves where he hit a home run, and instead of running around the bases, he kind of pimped it, and he watched the ball go over the fence instead of just running around. And in baseball, that's one of the unwritten rules that you're not supposed to do that. And so that led to a scuffle. And at the time, I thought, man, he's such a jerk. But he was so young, so he just kind of acted like a kid sometimes. His confidence led to success at the Major League level. He was an all-star at the age of 20 years old, which was the youngest player in Marlins history to reach the All-Star game. In the same year, in his first year in the major leagues, he went from the high A level, to the major leagues. Now, if you didn't know this, there's the major leagues with the Braves and all the other teams, and the Braves have minor league teams. So the minor leagues, it's rookie ball, low A, high A, double A, triple A. Now, most of the players that go from the minor leagues to the major leagues are in triple A or double A. So it's pretty rare when a guy goes from high A straight to the major leagues. But Jose Fernandez made it look easy. Jose Fernandez's final career stats ended with 38 wins with 17 losses, with an ERA of 2.58, and his home record in 42 career starts at Marlins Park, he went 29-2 with a 1.49 ERA. Jose Fernandez will be an inspiration to all Latino baseball players because of his amazing story to the U.S., his love for the game that encouraged all his teammates around him, and the success he had at the major league level. I remember watching the game after he died when D. Gordon stepped up to the plate And in the first batter of the game for the Marlins, he hit a home run. And just watching him run around the bases was one of the most powerful things that I've ever seen as a baseball fan. And it just gave me chills. And it gave everyone around, all around the country who watched that game, chills. It was one of the greatest things I've ever seen being a baseball fan. Now, I said this quote in my last speech, but it also had something to do with baseball, so I'm going to say it again. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die. Jose Fernandez will always be a legend to Marlins fans, but also to all fans around the game of baseball.